Hello, friends. Welcome back to this new book reading session, Guru Leela, Volume 5 Dimensions Beyond Horizons. We'll be starting a new chapter today. The chapter title is The Divine Call, and it's written by Vijay Ramanaidu, who is from United Kingdom. There's a picture of Vijay along with Mohanji, if you would like to see. And a small intro about Vijay. Vijay Ramanaidu is a biomedical scientist working in the research wing of National Health Services UK and connected to Mohanji since 2011. He is the chair of trustees of Mohanji Foundation UK. Alright, that's about Vijay. Let's start the chapter The Divine Call by Vijay Ramanaidu. In March 2020, I caught the coronavirus infection. This account of my experience, together with messages sent by Mohanji, highlights how Mohanji supported me throughout the illness and literally pulled me out from the jaws of death. It was Friday the 13th of March 2020, which certainly turned out to be an unlucky date for me. I was feeling a bit disappointed as Mohanji was supposed to arrive in UK the previous date, which also happened to be my birthday, for a meeting in the Houses of Parliament as a guest of honor at a charity event. However, the trip was cancelled at the last minute due to the worsening situation with the coronavirus pandemic. I was at Charing Cross Hospital, where I work in the specialist clinical biochemistry services. Being in a high risk environment, some staff had caught the coronavirus infection and were isolating for 14 days at home, creating some staffing pressures in the lab. Excuse me. At the time, we were still not completely aware of the seriousness of the situation, as there were a very few cases in the UK. I even joked to my staff that I would not mind catching the virus and getting a 14-day holiday. Little did I know my wish was about to be granted. That afternoon, on Friday the 13th March, I was not feeling too well. I was feeling slightly nauseous, feverish, and tired. This was getting progressively worse throughout the day. By the end of the day, I could hardly stand and wondered how would I get home, as it was an hour's journey and I had to take the train and bus. Eventually, when I managed to get home, I checked my temperature, which confirmed that I had a fever, and went straight to bed. I suspected that I might have COVID 19, but there was no testing regime in place at the time, so it could not be confirmed. As required by the regulations, I started isolating myself at home in my bedroom. My wife Ranjana was like an angel, bringing medicine, food, drinks, checking my temperature, and monitoring me throughout the day. She was liaising with a good friend of ours, Dr. Yamini, who helped and supported me throughout the illness. During this time, I reached out to Mohanji about the situation. The series of WhatsApp messages exchanged below illustrate Mohanji's love and support during this period, which was extremely comforting to me. So there is a uh, exchange of WhatsApp messages that are uh, mentioned in the chapter. I'll just quickly go through them. 15 March 2020. Vijay, dear Mohanji, thank you for your advice and blessings. I started feeling ill on Friday night with high temperature and flu symptoms. Then yesterday the temperature went up to 39 degrees, followed by a dry cough, aches and pains. However, today I am feeling significantly better. I also got a call from Dr. Yamini who was helpful. The hospitals are not testing people with just symptoms in the first 7 days of illness, as testing facilities will be overwhelmed. I will monitor over the next few days, but I'm certainly feeling a lot better already. Currently, I am in self isolation until next Friday. Thank you for your love, advice, and support. That was Vijay. The next is Mohanji's message. Mohanji says, take it easy, take rest, be yourself, and drink water with jeera and garlic. And increasing immunity is important. Controlled eating, fasting the whole night for 14 hours, etc., will help stability apart from medicines. We have asked Dr. Yamini and the team to keep a close watch. You are precious. I am with you. Vijay, thank you for your kind words and advice. Mohanji, I will strictly follow. 18th March 2020. Mohanji, how are you feeling now, Vijay? Vijay replies, dear Mohanji, I am recovering but very slowly. There is still fever, dry cough, nausea, and I am unable to keep my foot down because of stomach pain, even very light food. However, today is definitely a little better. I think by Friday there should be much improvement. I hope all are well in Bangalore. That's where Mohanji was, I guess, at that time in Bangalore in India. Mohanji, do not worry, Vijay. Healing is happening too. You will be fine. 22nd March 2020. Mohanji, how are you feeling, Vijay? Do take medicines, food, and good rest. This is compulsory. Vijay replies, thank you, Mohanji. I am feeling a little better today. Hopefully, the next few days will be a daily improvement. Yes, I am resting a lot and a little food plus medicines. Thank you so much for all your help and guidance. Mohanji, I am with you. Fight it. 24th March 2020. Some more, exchange of messages. Vijay, dear Mohanji, Yamini and Vivek continue to monitor me, and Shama and Shubhashri will continue with healing. Unfortunately, the situation does not seem to be significantly better. Doctors are saying that recovery will start after 10 to 14 days. We are on the 10th day now. Praying for your grace from recovery in a reasonable time. I hope you are keeping well at the moment. Mohanji, I am with you. Just relax and take medicines and food on time and rest well. I am doing whatever I can and I will. Don't worry a bit. Take some Shirdi Sai Vibhuti in water too, once or twice a day, every day. 25th March 2020. Vijay, dear Mohanji, thank you so much for your love, help, and support during this time of need. I was taken to A plus E yesterday. This morning, I was moved to a COVID-19 isolation ward and I am getting proper care now. Love you. Mohanji, this time in a voice message. Vijay, it's important to keep your strength. Be strong. I am with you. We are doing everything possible to get you out of this place as soon as possible. I have spoken to Dr. Yamini. I told her Don't leave any stones unturned and do everything possible. And I am doing what I can. So collectively, we'll take you out of that place as fast as possible. We also had a special prayer at Shirdi Sai Baba's temple. We spoke to the priest who were doing the ritual aarti and arranged a prayer for you there. So nothing to worry. Baba is with you, and I am all the time with you. Just keep the faith, be strong, and healing is happening. And I am with you. Don't worry at all. That was Mohanji's voice message for Vijay. Vijay, thank you for your lovely message, Mohanji. That's lovely to have Baba's grace. Mohanji, nothing to worry. Keep chanting Om Shri Bhagavan Shri Sai Nathai Namaha in the mind. That was Mohanji's advice. Now Vijay continues the chapter. He says, once I was admitted to the hospital, the staff took a chest x-ray and confirmed that the pattern of damage to the lungs indicated COVID infection. The PCR test also confirmed this, and I was put on oxygen. After a day or two, my situation deteriorated quickly, and the oxygen support increased to the maximum. This was not sufficient, so I was admitted to the high dependency unit. There, they put me on CPAP machine. CPAP is continuous positive airway pressure, along with maximum volume of oxygen support. This CPAP machine is a unit similar to a pump that supports breathing by pumping oxygen into the lungs. The CPAP mask is extremely uncomfortable as it covers the whole face, eyes, nose and mouth and has a elasticated fastening around the back of the neck to make it stick very tightly to the face. I found it painful as it had to be very tight and it was very suffocating and deeply unsettling. With this mask, it was difficult to relax, sleep, eat, or drink. There was no appetite anyway. In the HDU, I was on my own completely. There was no one else in the room, and visitors were not allowed. When the nurses came in or when they were called, it took them about 10 minutes to put the mask, visors, gowns, gloves, and boots to enter the room. They also used automatic system to monitor blood pressure, pulse, etc. So there was very little interaction with people. This was tough situation. Vijay says this was my worst time in the hospital. I could not eat and drink properly. I lost 12 kgs in weight during the time in hospital. I started hallucinating, thinking that one of the nurse was trying to kill me. She wasn't. Strange dark thoughts were incessantly entering and disturbing my mind. A thought, usually negative, would enter my mind and become so powerful and all consuming, bothering me immensely. Yet a few hours later, I would wonder why it had bothered me so much. The days, and in particular the nights, were like torture. Every hour seemed to last an eternity. I could not settle with the mask and I was continuously taking it off to avoid the suffocating feeling. Even though this sorry, even though this did not make sense as it was giving me oxygen to keep me alive. Then the alarms would go off as my oxygen levels decreased, pulse increased, and my blood pressure increased. The nurse would come rushing in after dressing up in the COVID PPE and shout that I would die if I did not keep the mask on. Once I tried to keep calm and tolerate the mask. ignoring the suffocative effects. I tried to quieten my mind and chant. I saw Mohanji's figure appear before me in purple kurta as I did so. This was similar to a purple kurta he had worn when visiting the Ahimsa, the vegan cafe in London. I hold on I held on to that figure for as long as I could and took it as a blessing. However, the discomfort and suffocation became unbearable. In the end, I could not tolerate it any longer. The will to live left me. I wanted to get I wanted to either get better quickly or die quickly, as I could not tolerate the mass, the breathlessness, and hallucinations. At one point, I stopped drinking water because if I drank, it would prolong the torture, and I would rather die than prolong this torture. I had given up even though Mohanji had told me to fight it. As my situation deteriorated, made worse by no food and drink, I lay there waiting for my last breath. Difficult situation. I could feel my heart beating faster, and the struggle to breathe became worse. At the time, a nurse came in and said that they had received a notification from someone, my wife, Hemant, or Dr. Yamini, I'm not sure, that a spiritual master from India would be calling me on WhatsApp within the next few minutes. When Mohanji called, he asked me how I was feeling. I told him I could not breathe. Amazing, isn't it? How Mohanji takes care. When Mohanji called, he asked me how I was feeling. I told him that I could not breathe. He said, I know, I could feel it. That's why I called. Don't worry, I am with you. I could not remember the rest of the conversation as I struggled to breathe. That call changed something within me. The desire to live come back. As I was severely dehydrated, I knew that the priority was to drink water. My wife had sent a liter of coconut water for me. I took off my mask and started to drink it in gulps, periodically sucking oxygen from my mask as I was struggling to breathe. The nurse told me to put my mask back on properly as I was going to die if I did not. I told him that I was not going to die. I just need to rehydrate myself quickly. I drank most of the water, quickly put on my mask, and collapsed in the bed. This was a major turning point. Within a couple of days, as the number of patients was increasing, more ITU space was needed. So I was moved to a communal HD unit where there were 6 other COVID patients. This immediately felt better as I was not in isolation anymore. I saw how the other patient would swap their CPAP mask for a more portable mask. Sorry, for a more portable mask. It had a elasticated fastening and just covered the mouth and nose, making it easier to take on and off when eating and drinking. This portable mask enabled me to move the mask, take a bite of food or drink, and put it back when chewing and swallowing. The other people on the ward were also severely ill, one or two worse than me. One patient kept ripping off his mask, just as I was doing previously, presumably because of the same sensation of suffocation. The nurses would rush in, shouting that he would die if he did not keep it on. He subsequently died along with 5 other patients during my time there. Very tough situation. I think we'll finish this chapter. How Vijay came out of this difficult situation with Mohanji's grace. It may take few minutes extra, but I think we'll go through the chapter. As I started to feel better, I sent a picture of myself to Mohanji. Now this is again WhatsApp chat. 31st March 2020. Mohanji, your eyes are clearer. Now all you need is Shraddha and Saburi. That is faith and patience. I am standing by you all the time. He then sent me a darshan video of Satya Sai Baba and a video of puja to Sri Venkateshwar in Tirupati. Vijay, is this Sri Venkateshwara temple in Tirupati? Mohanji, correct. Rare darshan. Keep watching it for grace and protection. Then, as I started to get a bit better, I sent the following message. This was on the 5th of April 2020. Dear Mohanji, just to update you, I am still on oxygen 24 by 7, but they have reduced concentration significantly. During the day, I can wear a normal oxygen mask for a few hours, but at the night, the full mask. Normal mask means I can eat and drink easily, read a book, etc. Full mask means nothing. Therefore, full mask is a bit difficult, especially at night when the whole night drags. However, every day is an improvement with your grace. Mohanji replies, Wonderful Vijay. It was I who insisted that you should be given oxygen just to prevent stress to your lung at the recovery stage. Yamini is in touch with me. I told her that external oxygen should continue until there is no stress for the lungs and lungs effortlessly take over. Good. I'm happy with your progress. Keep the faith. We are doing the rest. Love you always. Now the next message is after a week, which is 12th April 2021. Vijay, dear Mohanji, I just wanted to give you an update. For the past 3 weeks, I have been on oxygen, but the doctors and nurses have been trying to reduce the oxygen level daily the past few days. Today, I am pleased to say that they have removed oxygen completely and will monitor me for the next few hours to see how I am managing. Once I am stable without oxygen for 24 hours, they will consider allowing me to return home to complete the recovery. Thank you for all your blessings, grace, love, and support. Mohanji, yes, Vijay, I understand. I've been monitoring your progress. I was suggesting to give oxygen more to relax your lungs, as after 50 years, the lung capacity is also challenged. So I did not want any pressure to happen to the lungs. That's why I asked them to give oxygen. I would say if you could stay back a couple of days more in the hospital, it is better. There is no problem with going home, but I would like you to be observed for a couple of days more just to ensure there is no need for oxygen. Also, in England, the level of contamination is higher because of lack of timely lockdown has created more contamination. So right now you are safe, you are stable, everything is okay, and the progress is also good. I've been monitoring this. It would be difficult. It's sorry. I'm so sorry. It would be nice if you stayed back a couple of days more. But anyway, doctors will know better. I'm happy with the progress and I am always there with you. Lots of love. On the 14th of April, I was discharged just over 3 weeks after admission. I had lost 12 kgs in the weight, feeling very weak and could hardly walk. I continued treatment at home, slowly built up my strength, and eventually returned to work in mid May. Without Mohanji's grace, support, love, and guidance, I don't think I would be here today with the minimal residual effects of the COVID infection. My love and gratitude to Mohanji for helping me through this difficult period. I would also like to thank the UK team, particularly my wife Ranjana, Dr. Yamini, Hemant, Shama, and Subhashri. Also, the Skandavale community and the Mohanji team worldwide that was constantly praying, supporting, and guiding our whole family during this difficult time. End of the chapter. Amazing, isn't it? How things can make a difference by Mohanji's grace. The next pages we have picture of Mohanji performing a arti. It looks like on Gangaji's ghat, but I'm not sure. Just guessing. All right. I think we'll end today's session here. Thank you for staying with us for a few minutes more. Um, and we could end this chapter. Next session, we will start a new chapter. Till then, take care. Have a good weekend and Jai Mohanji.